BookTubeAthon. It's around 10:15, and so I'm really excited to dive into my BookTubeAthon TBR. But I am currently reading A Torch Against the Night by Saba Tahir, and I'm on page 260, around there I think, and so I'm going to try and finish that book first before I get on to my first book for BookTubeAthon, which is November 9, and I don't know how well this is gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna finish all 7 books, but I'm definitely going to try my best. So it is 12 o'clock and I have reached chapter 43 of A Torch Against the Night. I have this much left. It's about 100 pages, but I think I'm going to make some tea and brush my teeth, get settled in for the night. It is 2:30 in the morning. I just finished reading A Torch Against the Night. I actually have the 3rd book, A Reaper at the Gates, at the ready. I bought it at Target on an impulse just yesterday actually, but I do have a BookTubeAthon TBR to get to. So as I mentioned in my BookTubeAthon TBR, the first challenge for the week is to let a coin toss decide your first read, and so that book for me is November 9 by Colleen Hoover, and I'm going to start reading now. I don't know how far I'm going to get into it before eventually heading off to sleep, but hopefully I get a few chapters in. So it is currently 4:30 in the morning. I am on page 60 of November 9. I think I'm going to go to sleep for a few hours actually, but I'm definitely going to continue reading when I wake up. Good morning everyone! It is a few hours later. I'm going to get lunch and continue reading. It is a beautiful day today. And I think my neighbors are looking at me. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. It is officially the 2nd day of BookTubeAthon, and I just finished reading November 9 by Colleen Hoover. Might I say that in terms of plot, I won't reveal any spoilers here, but this book was so much more than what I was initially expecting it to be. I did finish my first BookTubeAthon reading challenge, so yay! Next, I'm going to be reading 17 Steps to Heaven. It's underneath Room right there. I'm very excited to read that one. I'm currently on page 75 of 17 Steps to Heaven. I have about 90 pages of this left, and the reason I look so dressed up right now is because my principal is actually coming to my house to give me one of those lawn signs that you get when you have high enough AP scores, so I'm really excited for that. We're going to take pictures and it's going to be really nice. So it's about an hour later, we just finished taking the pictures, and it was actually really convenient because right after we took them, it started pouring rain. But at least with the pre-storm wind, my hair turned out looking really good in some of the photos, so I'm really grateful for that. It is 11:30 at night. I realize that there is a lot of pink in this shot, but I just finished 17 Steps to Heaven by Leo J. Tresse. This completes the 2nd reading challenge of BookTubeAthon, which was to read a book about something you want to do, and I definitely think that this book fulfilled that. Not only will I try to apply some of Tresse's writings to my everyday life, but I also want to read other books that revolve around Catholicism and spirituality. I can't believe it though! We have 2 books down, 5 more to go, and so the next book that I will be reading is Room by Emma Donoghue, and this is to fulfill the challenge to read a book and watch the movie adaptation. It is the next day of BookTubeAthon. I'm not gonna lie, I overslept. But I will not allow it to faze me. I'm going to make some food and continue reading. So these bagels say best if used by July 29, and it is August 1st. But that's okay. So I just toasted some bagels and I put some fruit on there, and it actually looks really nice. I don't think I've had this healthy a breakfast in a long time. So I just finished reading Room by Emma Donoghue, and I am so grateful for one of my best friends. She actually gave this book to me last year for my birthday, and I'm just getting around to reading it. But I thought it was so interesting to read from Jack's point of view. Jack is a 5-year-old boy who's living with his mother in one room, and this room is everything that he's ever known. It's his entire world. And so this book sort of describes the consequences of that in a relationship between a mother and son, and I found it really touching and moving, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is the next day of BookTubeAthon, and today's reading challenge is to read a book with the color green on the cover. So here I have the very first Nancy Drew novel, The Secret of the Old Clock. I am actually going to have to speed read through this one because I'm going to be seeing the second Mamma Mia with a friend today, so you'll get to come along with me. So it is currently Saturday. I didn't get a chance to vlog yesterday, and I didn't get a lot of reading done either because I had to give tours at a school event, and I also met up with my HOSA partner so we could prepare for our competition this year. So I was rather busy, but I did finish The Secret of the Old Clock by Carolyn Keene. I realized that this might turn into a 24-hour readathon because I still have 3 books to read and 2 days to do so, so we'll see if I can do it. The next reading challenge is to read a book while wearing the same hat, so for that one I have chosen Doctor Who: Shroud of Sorrow by Tommy Donbevand. Also, I wanted to mention that I got the chance to clean my room today, so I exchanged my desk for a much larger one. I changed out the curtains to these really pretty white ones, so now it's actually really bright in my room, and I also changed my bed linen, so now everything's clean and I feel like I can get stuff done. So I have my TARDIS hat on, I'm ready to read, and I definitely look a little unorthodox because I do live in Texas and it's like 100 degrees outside. So I started watching Doctor Who around 2013, and that was when Matt Smith was currently playing the Doctor and Clara Oswald was playing his companion. And so obviously I have a very sentimental attachment to those two characters, and to read this book, which stars the both of them, it's very nostalgic, and I just remember how much I miss seeing them interact. Just finished reading Doctor Who: Shroud of Sorrow by Tommy Donbevand, and I actually read through this one pretty quickly because I have read this book before, but the next reading challenge is to read a book with a beautiful spine, so for that one I have chosen Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith, and this book is around 400 pages, so it is going to take me a little longer to finish, but let's start. It is now 5:30 in the morning, and I'm almost halfway done with Windfall. I'm on page 183, and I expected myself to struggle through reading this book, but I'm actually having an amazing time. This book is so enjoyable, and I really relate to these characters. Maybe not necessarily the experiences that they had throughout their lifetimes, but their mindsets and the way they think really resonate with the way I think as well. Maybe it is the fact that I am severely sleep deprived that's making me like gasp and like react audibly to every single line in this book, but I'm just having a great time. 6:30 now, and I don't even know why I turned on the camera. I just wanted to say that Jennifer E. Smith is amazing at her job. She's just so good. I just finished reading Windfall. It's 8:30, I think. I read this in about 5 hours. This is a monumental BookTubeAthon moment because not only is it my very first BookTubeAthon, the very last day of my very first BookTubeAthon, but I think I just found my next favorite book. So I highly encourage you to pick up Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. For not only is the cover beautiful, but the story inside is too. So here we are, nearing the end of BookTubeAthon. This is the home stretch, and I have decided to read Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian for my last and final reading challenge, which is just to read 7 books. I did look at the page numbers on this one, and it looked to be about 400. I don't know why I didn't choose an easier book, like YOLO Juliet or something to that effect, but That is what BookTubeAthon is all about. It's about challenging yourself to read as much as you possibly can within a week, and that is what I'm doing. And look at that! It is raining outside. The perfect book reading weather. This is the very first page, so I hope I'm not spoiling anything, but this is very small font, and I just thought it was very cute. Oops. And kind of amusing. It is 11:55, 5 minutes to midnight, and I just finished Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian, and we did it, guys! We reached the end of BookTubeAthon successfully, I might add, which is a big surprise. A part of me still doesn't really believe that I actually completed 7 books in a week. I've never done that before. I've never been a binge reader. I calculated the total number of pages that I read and it equaled out to 2004, which is a very nice number. I had an absolute blast reading all of these books this week. If you participated in BookTubeAthon this year, I hope your week was just as fun, and I want to thank Ariel Bissett for creating BookTubeAthon to begin with, and I also want to thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.